Hello, this is Patrick from XPression. I'd like to continue in our series on building crawls by showing you how to do crawl with multiple scenes using DataLinq. So here we are in XPression. I've got the scenes that we've been working with in this series, and what I want to do now is I'd like to use DataLinq with an Excel spreadsheet. So I'm going to go first into my Excel file, and you can see that I've got multiple lines of text. I'm going to use these to put these into my crawl. I'm going to go into my tabs up top. I'm going to click on Review, and I'm going to choose Share Workbook. I need to make sure that I have the checkbox for Allow Changes by More Than One User at the same time selected, and I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to save my worksheet. Now I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to go to the folder that I have it sitting in, and here's the file. I'm going to do a little trick. I'm going to do a Shift right click, and I'm going to copy as path, and you'll see why I'm doing that in a minute. I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to open up my DataLinq, and I would like to add a new DataLinq source. I'm going to choose ADODB. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to select a template, and the template is the type of data source I'm going to use. And I'm going to be using an Excel file. And I'm going to click OK. And now I need to come in here. The data source is the file that I'm using. So I'm going to highlight this and remove that text in the path that I copied earlier. I'm going to paste in. I'll warn you, it puts it in quote marks, so I'm going to take the quotes off at the beginning and the end, and I'm going to click on Test Connection, and you'll see I get a connection successfully established. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click OK here, and I'm going to do this. Crawl Tutorial is the name I'm going to give it because that's what I'm working with here. Now, I'm going to minimize DataLinq. The next thing I need to do is in my project, I need to go on XPression to Project. I need to go to DataLinq Manager. I need to make sure that I have one. Right now I don't have a DataLinq server connected. I'm going to click Add. I'm just going to use the one that's on my local machine because it's there. And if I want to check, I can scroll down. I can see there's my crawl tutorial. I'm going to close that. I'm good. Now I'm going to come down to my first scene, and what I want to do is the text that I'm using here, rather than be a text that I typed in, I want it to be from a data source. So I'm going to click the Data Source tab. I'm going to choose DataLinq. I'm going to click Set, and I'm going to choose from here. I called it Crawl Tutorial. So I'm going to click on Crawl Tutorial, and then I'm going to browse it. I'm going to choose, this is line 1 of 3 lines. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to do a little trick here because I'm lazy. I need to do this 2 more times, and while I've got a data source selected in DataLinq, if I right click, I can copy that DataLinq source. I'm going to go to my next scene, which is scene 3. I'm going to select the text box, and I'm going to choose data source, turn it to DataLinq. I'm going to right click and paste, and that shows me the original version. I'm going to right click on the data source field and choose increment row, and I'll see now this is line 2 of 3, and I'm going to go to the next scene, choose that, and text field and data source, choose DataLinq. I'm going to paste it, and again it's the first one, so I need to do the increment row twice. So now I have a crawl that's using DataLinq, and it's driving all this information for me. So if I go ahead and I double click on there, you'll see that the crawl will happen, and if I have my virtual frame buffer showing, you'll see it crawling across the screen. You can see there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. So this is how you use DataLinq with simple crawls.